You may get a little excited when you shop at Burlington.
What a low price! Do you see that? They have my favorite brand! It's like a whole new Burlington! I can buy two!
I'm saving so much!
Burlington saves you up to 60% off other retailers' prices every day. Will it be the low prices or the great brands? Burlington. Deals? Brands? Wow! I told you so. Styles and selections vary by store.
You know that feeling when someone shows up for you just when you need it most? That's what Uber is all about. Not just a ride or dinner at your door. It's how Uber helps you show up for the moments that matter. Because showing up can turn a tough day around. Or make a good one even better. Whatever it is, big or small, Uber is on the way. So you can be on yours. Uber, on our way.
This is Optimal Work Daily. How Not to Build a Successful Online Business by Steve Pavlina of stevepavlina.com. Darren Rouse of ProBlogger.net recently posted a case study of a blogger who decided to quit blogging after 6 months due to poor financial results. Darren's post is a great read for anyone who runs an online business, not just for bloggers. Interestingly, the points Darren raises in his post are similar to those from an article I wrote in 2002 called Shareware Amateurs versus Shareware Professionals. The blogging mistakes that Darren notes are common to other online businesses. 3 of the most frequent mistakes I've seen include 1. Thinking too short-term. The blogger that Darren mentions gave up after only 6 months. Many shareware developers give up when their first product isn't a hit. I'll tell you that if you can achieve financial success with a one-person shoestring budget business in only 6 months, you're probably superhuman. My first 4 shareware games were all relative flops. It wasn't until my 5th release that I was able to produce enough income to live off. When I think about the personal development business I'm building, 6 months is nothing. I've been at it for 10 months full-time now, and while I've made a reasonable dent in my long-term goals, this business is clearly still an infant. But to me, that's perfectly fine and well within my expectations. This business may be an infant, but it's a healthy infant who will grow up big and strong. Building a business is a lot like raising a child. It takes time and patience. If you're going to start a business and you're only willing to give it 6 months to prove itself, don't start a business. That probably isn't even enough time for a franchise. Would you throw out your child because it can't fend for itself 6 months out of the womb? I make most of my business decisions within a working time frame of 2 to 5 years. And for the big decisions with far-ranging consequences, I'm thinking 10 to 20 years out. This is just like the parent who starts saving for their child's college education before the child can even read and write. If you want to start a real business, and not just a hobby, think long-term. 2. Failure to optimize. An online business will have processes that get executed over and over. Some of these are human processes, but many are executed by technology. And in my opinion, it's the technological processes that are the most important for an online business. Whenever someone loads up your homepage in their web browser, that's a process being executed. Reading a blog entry is a process. Clicking an ad is a process. Finding the site is a process. Due to the sheer volume of processes an online business executes every day, as well as their incredible interconnectedness, it isn't hard to achieve tremendous performance gains through process optimization. A 10% improvement here, 15% there, 8% there, and pretty soon it begins to add up. As I'm sure some people will recognize, this was the basis of W.E. Deming's work with the Japanese after World War II. If you can measure it, you can improve it. If you generate income from Google AdSense, for example, there are plenty of websites that provide practical optimization tips. Just do a Google search on AdSense optimization and similar search terms, and you'll find plenty. By gradually applying AdSense optimization tips easily found on the web, I was able to permanently increase this site's CPM, i.e. revenue per 1,000 page views, by 68%. However, by performing other optimizations, like search engine optimizations, marketing improvements, posting changes, site tweaks, etc., I was able to increase this site's daily AdSense revenue by about 500% in 5 months. Most of these changes took only minutes to implement, like adding RSS subscription buttons to the sidebar or changing the ad colors. If I'd never made these optimizations, it would mean permanently lower revenue, which would mean much slower growth for this business and more problems for me. Optimization is generally one of the easiest ways to increase revenue for an online business. Even just 1 hour spent on intelligent optimization can generate enormous payoffs down the road. 3. Failure to market effectively. How many blogs receive dismal traffic because all the owner does is write posts? I think that if you dare to be an entrepreneur, you need to learn marketing or have someone in your business who's skilled at marketing. While you can outsource a lot of different business tasks, I don't think the core marketing of your business should be one of them. I never had any formal marketing education. My college degrees are in computer science and mathematics. But when I started my shareware business, I discovered I needed to learn marketing. In addition to reading marketing books and learning from others, I bought audio recordings of several marketing seminars. It took me a full 18 months to get through them. It was about 100 audio tapes total. But by the time I was done, I had a strong understanding of marketing and plenty of ideas for promoting my business. Marketing doesn't mean buying advertising, which is arguably the most expensive and least effective form of marketing. I haven't spent a dime marketing this site, but I have done a lot of marketing work for it. Marketing is really just getting the word out. Don't keep your site a secret. Let as many people know about it as possible. Post comments liberally on other blogs. Write articles and allow other sites to use them. Swap links with bloggers in the same field. Make search engine-friendly pages, and so on. If the content you produce is valuable, then you're providing even more value by sharing it. I think the most important realization I had about marketing was this. If you have a product or service you truly believe in, then you're actually doing people a disservice by not telling them about it. Think about that. By not marketing, you're depriving people of value. If you aren't eager to tell people about your site, perhaps it means you're not offering something you believe in strongly enough. This simple idea contributed to my decision to retire from active shareware development and start this personal development site. I have no qualms about promoting this site because I believe in its value. I don't feel embarrassed or apologetic when I tell people about it. If you're providing real value, then your marketing is doing people a favor as opposed to asking for a favor. I wrote more about this philosophy in the article Marketing from Your Conscience. I think a failure to do marketing for an online business is a form of self-sabotage. If you learn about a fantastic new website, do you tell other people about it? Of course. Is your website worth telling people about? If you don't believe it is, you're likely to avoid marketing it. Somehow, you'll just never seem to get around to doing any significant marketing work. If you want to build a sustainable online business, focus most of your energies on providing value and on communicating that value. If you get those two things right, and it's going to take longer than 6 months to make a real dent, you'll be more driven to do everything else right. You just listened to the post titled, How Not to Build a Successful Online Business by Steve Pavlina of stevepavlina.com.
The Hoover Dam wasn't built in a day, and the GMC Sierra lineup wasn't built overnight. Like every American achievement, building the Sierra 1500 Heavy Duty and EV was the result of dedication, a dedication to mastering the art of engineering. That's what this country has done for 250 years and what GMC has done for over 100. We are professional grade. Visit GMC.com to learn more. Assembled in Flint and Hamtramck, Michigan and Fort Wayne, Indiana of U.S. and globally sourced parts.
As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why the new MyBiz plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with MyBiz plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit Verizon.com/business to get started today. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes autopay and paper-free billing and special intro offer discounts. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge, and terms apply. Offers end June 10th, 2025.
And thank you to Steve. If you didn't know, Steve Pavlina was actually one of the very first authors that we started narrating here across all of our shows in our network. Steve is widely recognized as one of the most successful personal development bloggers in the world, with his work attracting more than 100 million visits to stevepavlina.com. He has written more than 1,500 articles and recorded many audio programs as well. Conscious growth has been the central focus of his life. He studies what it means to grow and how we can deliberately invite, process, and integrate new growth experiences. Come by stevepavlina.com for a lot more and to show your support. And if you want to hear more articles of Steve's being narrated but covering some different topics, definitely check out our other shows, and you can find them all by searching for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this. But that should do it for today. Hope you have a great one, and I'll be back here tomorrow reading to you, and that is where your optimal life awaits.